Hey, we have a Lynyrd Skynyrd lick lesson once again. The licks are taken from Sweet Home Alabama. If you do like this video, please do consider liking, sharing and subscribing, hitting that bell button for the future notifications, and visiting all the socials as well. To support this channel, please do consider going to patreon.com/Dan's page. Everything is linked below. Tab is free on my website. Thanks very much to Charlie and John Strings, where you can get 10% off if you use the code at the bottom. Yeah, great strings. I've had them on this guitar for approximately a month and a half ish, and still sound as bright as ever. They don't go out of tune. This is so stable. So check them out as well, all linked below, and I shall get on with the licks just now. Your first lick starts off with the hammer on the D string, going open 2, so that is wonderful itself. And you're bringing in the open G string straight after, so back to the 2, the E note on that 3rd string. Then you go into the 4. Now this one I use my 3rd finger, then the 4 is on the 3rd string. 5 coming up, I use my little finger 4, which is on the D string, but you can use obviously 2nd finger and 3rd finger. It's just a very quick movement across. Then you're going down to the 2nd fret on its own on that 3rd string, and then there's basically 2 bends up, kind of a full tone-ish. You know, you don't have to be so precise, but just get as far as you can. Hard to bend from that 2nd fret anyway, so just do what you can with it. But 1, 2, the next one, you kind of let that back down and then straight up slowly with a bit of vibrato if you can put that on the top of it. And then it finishes with open G, 2 on the D string, and then 2 open Gs. And then if you can, bring in the whammy bar just to move that around. I don't do the whammy bar on the demonstration just because we haven't all got whammy bars. Or you could do that, just, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because it might hurt the neck. But there you go, let's move on to lick number 2. Right, this one slightly faster. These are quite quick licks actually. Bit of a contrast from the BB King's ones last week, isn't it? So we've got the 9 on the D string, sliding up to the 14 on the same string, obviously. Now you can either use your 3rd finger or you can use your 2nd finger. It doesn't matter. It's up to you, whichever you feel most comfortable with. Then after you slide from 9 to 14, you go to the 12 on the 3rd string. Then you end up to the 14 on the D string, and then it's back to the 12 on the G, 3rd string, and then it's the 14th fret pull off. These are basically bringing in 32nd notes on this, so going to the 14 on that D string as well, so that part going to the 12 on that 3rd string. That's the first 2 beats. Then there's a series of patterns like that. Okay, so that pattern I'm using the little finger. It's quite a stretch if you're not used to this. So it's going from, that's the end of the 2nd beat. 3rd beat now we have 17 pull off to 12, going to the 14 on the D with your 2nd finger, and then to the 12 with your 1st finger, because that should already be there because of the pull off from the 17. So you do 2 of those, and then the next one is basically just 16 pull off to 12, and then I do 2 strikes of that 12 and just let it ring, or you can keep it going. This is only part of that lick from the actual solo, so up to you how you play it, but the technique's there. Once you get used to the pull off, you will fly through this no problems, but just keep it slow, keep it even, and that will be your friend. Let's do it a bit slower. So 3 and 4 and there you go. Hope that was slow enough. Let's move on to lick number 3. Right then, here we go. So you start this with a 13th fret on that A string, hammering on to the 14. Skipping a string to the 3rd string, to that 12th fret. You can follow the picking pattern, or just do what you want. And then it's 14 on the 3rd string. So that's your first 4 notes, 16th notes as well. So then you're taking your 3rd finger back to the 12 on the same string that you were on, sliding that to the 14, and then going to the 12 on the 3rd, back to the 14 on your 4th. So that itself is a great lick to bring in, just using that blues note as you run through. And then you have, where were we? Where are we? Oh yeah. So then you've got a nice little run through, which is 12 hammer on to 14 3rd string, and then 12 on your 2nd string to the 14 on the 3rd. And the same thing, basically using the pentatonic of E minor or G major. And then 12, 15 hammer to the 2nd string, 12 on its own on the 1st, and then 15 on its own on the 2nd. Finishing the lick with a hammer on 12 to 15 1st string, with vibrato if you can put that on there as well, so however you want it to go. So let's play that a little bit slower. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and there you go. Let's move on to lick number 4. I may have made a mistake in that, but anyway, you get the gist. Let's have a look at this one, breaking it down. So we have 12 on your 1st string, 15 pull off 12 on the 2nd string, going to the blues note of 15 on the 3rd string. So 16th notes again, so not exactly slow, but good one to practice this lick, actually, just for the first 2 beats if you like. And then the 2nd beat is going to be 12th fret on that 2nd string, 15, 14, 12 on your 3rd string. So the first 2 beats are basically that. Then you go straight to the D string, 14, 12. Then it's a move into the 12th fret, like that on the A string, so very quick. So basically the 12th fret is on the beat and you're moving into it with a slide, so you need to be moving quickly to get to that slide. And then to 10 on the same string, E string, 12, 10, and then to the 12 on the A, 12 on the E, and then hammer on 10 to 12, To finish it with, on the tab it just says like that, which is actually the solo, but to finish this, just because I was looping around, I was just doing 2/10, so you can finish it however you want, obviously using the pentatonic as you go through. Just experiment and see what you want to finish this lick with, or you may want to go off somewhere else. So, you know, I'm just sort of trying to keep it easy enough for that cycle round of the same lick. Let's try and play it a bit slower. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do it as it's written. Like that, and again. There you go, have fun with these, they are awesome. Let's get on with that last lick, lick number 5. Final lick then, breakdown of goes, you've got to pull off, second string, 15 to 12 first off. Then 14 with your third finger slide into the 16 on that third string. So then you have the 15 hammer on. I think I picked this one though, I prefer picking it for some reason, don't know why, but obviously choose what you will. So it's 15 to the 17 hammer on the tab. On the second string, going to 15 on the first string. Then you have a series of bends from the 17th fret on that first string, and you want to try, as a note, the rest in between. So you want to try and stop that from ringing. So that was close. There you go. So that's basically 2 bends with a rest, and then the third one, you holding it, letting it down, coming off to the 15 on the same string, and then 17 on the second string, and that's that bar done. So really nice movement, and probably my favourite one of the 5, to be honest. This one then goes into the 15, 17, 15 with vibrato on that second string. And then another kind of G pentatonic lick coming up, which is 12 on the second string, 15 blues note on the third string, back to the 12 on the second, and then running through the blues. You can pull that off if you want to, or pick it of 15, 14, 12 third string. Going to 14 on the D, which is the 4th string, 12th fret on the same string, and then the 12th fret on the 3rd string with vibrato to finish that lick out. Enough of that, let's get back to me. There we go, we are at the end. Remember, Charlie and John Strings, they supply me with my wonderful strings for all my guitars. They are awesome, handmade in the USA strings that just seem to stay in tune extremely well and sound bright. The life of them is excellent. Do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for the future notifications, and visiting all the socials. Come along and say hi, support and all there as well. And to support this channel without being here on YouTube, obviously give it a thumbs up if you do, but go to patreon.com/Dan's page, where you'll find a whole set of tier systems to help keep me creating for you on here for free. So there you go. That is it this week. Bid you all farewell. Have a wicked weekend, and I shall see you next time. Take care, everyone.